Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And yeah, we're still in the right, which is beginning the March of 2024. I don't know how good you guys are doing, but the energies can be maybe challenging or can be very maybe confusing. I don't know, but those who've done the inner work, transformational work, you have your toolkit that you can use each and every day, and that's what I do, right? With the Ascension Guardian Protocol, you can find my website yanakalai.com. um like yesterday, even like with shopping, I was surrounded by a bubble that was of very loving energies, of that kind of crystalline plasma ray frequencies, connection to the Andromeda or the crystal star family, right? To the galactics, right? I can feel more and more. So like I said, with these energies, right, the cosmic ray frequencies that are coming online, right, is very exciting. So it's time to celebrate that, as we're safe, guarding or securing the cosmic portals. Okay, and I work with the override portal in Kashmir 10D with the blue goddess energies, right? So that's very celebratory. That's really, really very nice. But at the same time, oh my goodness, so many things are surfacing, right? Especially in the disclosure communities, and who is right or who is not right, and where are we heading, and what's next, and what is our future, right? Again, it all comes from within, and it comes from that a sacred heart, right? There is a chamber, still a sacred chamber within that heart. We can go each and every day, and there's an altar, and we can meditate and ask, right? And of course, each and every day, guys, for me, it's all about like how am I feeling and what am I doing with energies, because I know I'm a sound line frequency vibration, right? It's for me, my family, especially my father's family, my grandfather was always asking, how do you feel, how are you feeling? And we would always go to the woods, we would go to nature. And my mom's side, I mean, they had a huge big home house with garden, right? And raising all these animals. And so anyway, I just very important, really, how are you feeling, and what is your lifestyle, and what are you doing, your actions, right? This is all being amplified, guys. So so like I said, we're bringing the cosmic energies here online, while, right, the darkness may be surfacing more and more, whether on that it can be on that personal level, right, emotional, mental, maybe spiritual, and so on. And so how are we handling these energies, right, through that strong inner core, and through just watching and observing everything, right, being neutral, being the observer, being the compassion witness. That's when our chakras are open, right, but also protected with God's sovereign free boundaries, then we can navigate through extremely challenging and difficult times, or kind of maybe confusing. But again, we are journaling, we have a notebook, we can write things down, right? Or the book PTSD Time to Heal, and listening to solfeggio tones, right? There's this article, Everything Scientific Guidance, a guide to the science and benefits of 5 to 8 hertz DNA repair, guys. So there's so much scientific proof, okay, science, that behind the healing effects of music, and so on. And everything can be corrected, everything can be healed. And of course, the kingdom of heaven is within, and know yourself and be free, very important. And of course, for the ascension disclosure, the ascension, or let me see, we'll talk about the ascension community or the disclosure community, right? For me, as an indigo warrior and kind of star seed, we came here to talk about the Ascension Mechanics, and about the Exopolitics, and talk about the agenda of those negative aliens. And in order for us to be free, right, or transmute the agenda, right, through that inner alchemy, right, we study all that, or we came here to dive into the darkness, and to kind of differentiating these things, analyze these things through Vivekananda, right? It's the purification of the mind. That's in Sanskrit. What is kind of right, what is wrong, through being the compassionate witness, on just the kind of neutral witnessing. The divine neutrality is very important, so we can integrate the darkness back into light, right? Some of the darkness is actually very helpful, it's teaching us, but unfortunately, because through the rogue AI, right, of those negative aliens with the agenda from extremely high densities, and 10D, 11D, right, we've been here negatively polarized here and found ourselves in this inversion kind of matrix of the archon AI and frequency fences, and we were kept in extremely low frequency vibration. So we have to protect our aura energy field, our kundalini, right, our chakras, and very important, because the matrix, we're in the matrix, it's taking energy from us, right? And those negative aliens or entities, they are siphoning energy from us if we don't know how to control ourselves, manage ourselves, control our triggers and emotions, right? The emotional balancing, very important, and the equity, the mental clarity, 360 clear vision, very important. That's part of that Galactic Warrior in Christ structure, and that's kind of what I represent, helping veterans, right? Those who ended up in extremely dark places, who join, whether it's MC under MIC, right, DARPA and so on, who ended up in that cabal structure and these terroristic organizations, and carrying the agenda of those negative aliens, right? We're helping to identify those souls and helping them with their rehabilitation, deprogramming, rewiring of their subconscious mind. And it's through bioregenesis, through healing, and for me also it's time to reconnect with my family, right? And it's very challenging because they're the mafia, they're running reversals in their aura energy field, like I said, all these overlays, right? They found themselves in electrostatic bodies, and all these kind of phantom matrix, and especially those guys also who join military and so on. You can see the red wave frequency running through their light body, right? So this is the embodied 3D fallen tree of life, right? So I don't know if you guys can start reading energies, but there are tears, holes in their aura energy field. There's a broken vertical channel, right? There's this AI red wave assault on 7D crucifixion implants and so on, and they have etheric webbing layer. There are tears, holes. They found us in electrostatic bodies, very chaotic field, right? They're full of of this, right? And AI signals, and this is kind of even the red wave frequency. This is what I see in veterans, or those guys committing suicide, or who had to burn themselves and things like that. So there's a lot of red wave frequency hooked to their aura energy field, right? And of course, it comes from those dark aliens, Alpha Draconis, DARPA, and so on. So, and of course, we talk about the anti-hero gaming technology. We talk about this Nibrian military bases, right? The Red Trident. I don't know if you can see it here, but you can study that on Ascension glossary with this black hole technology. This whole Red Trident, right? And how they were pulling all the planets in our solar system into the black hole phantom matrix, so we're not only healing ourselves here on planet Earth, right, from all this black cube technology and inversions and so on, but of course the entire solar system, right, needs to be liberated from that black hole technology, from that rogue AI that doesn't recognize the heart structure. And of course we are doing it through the galactic core. The galactic core is being corrected, okay, and especially the Orions being also liberated and free, the three main stars, Al-Nitak, Al-Nilam, and Mintaka, right? And so you see the galactic center is right here, and let me see this. The Earth this is our sun. So this is our sun, this is the Earth, and this is the galactic core, guys. So these energies, right, in our galaxies being kind of cleansed, clear, purified, so we can reconnect to Andromeda, right, the Andromeda galaxies and so on. And so those are crystal star family, the kind of lioness beings, right? They're helping us with the ascension, with liberation of our planet, solar system, galaxy from those negative aliens with their highly advanced technology and with their agenda to um, destroy the the angelic human race. Okay, so it's but we have to be compassionate with that, because the anger and the frustration, right? We have to learn how to kind of mobilize that structure, and through that power of your heart, you're healing yourself, and you're taking deep breath, right? You're just watching and observing, and through invocation of the violet flame, you can transmute the negativity, right? Or the negative structure, whether of the mind, we talk about the negative ego, the reptilian consciousness, or we have to cleanse and clear, or first actually look at our inner shadow, right? And that's how we are raising in a frequency vibration. That's we're helping to also clear and cleanse the collective shadow, right? And of course then it goes higher into the solar system, into our galaxy. So you have the galactic shadow because of the galactic wars, right? The Orion wars, and that was millions of years ago, when the 12D Armathena's target from Lyra exploded, right? And we kind of found ourselves here in this blended reality. And of course, we're dealing with the universal shadow as well. So we're bringing those cosmic energies online, and it's not easy. So here, especially those are the galactics, right? And especially starseeds joining military, highly advanced souls, or souls from Tara, that was 5D Earth, right? Who, kind of found themselves in the Phantom Matrix, right? In this negative military structure. And so on. So their higher chakras were, of course, hijacked and damaged, right? Through all this so-called initiation. So they're hexing them and hacking their DNA, right? They need to get their nervous system, their brain, because if they own your mind, they own you. They live off of your soul. So that's why I have the SOS project, right? Soul connection, consciousness expansion. You need to start living your life, right? Because these guys, they want to heal, or they want a relationship, right? You have to learn how to first relate to yourself, how to really love yourself, right? How to be in this Katara grid, how to embody the 12 tree grid, okay, properly in your energy field, in your light body, okay. And of course we talk about the ascension vehicle, Merkaba, right? So 12D shielding, right? The unity vow, unity meditation, very important. Or study platonic solids, study the electromagnetic field, the 7 rays of creation, very important, okay? The sacred geometry, very important. So and of course we need to resurrect the 8 cell, that's the what is the liquid light cellular core in your tailbone, okay? Very important, because there are all kinds of implants, what is it, the alien AI, alien implants, and holographic inserts, and the nanobots, right? The nanotechnology of the negative faction. So that's why through heart, right, we can change the structure of the AI, or we can actually detox from whether it's the black goo, the blockages in our meridians, the blockages in our chakras. And of course the chakras were inverted, polluted, right, damaged, right? But of course there is the highly advanced technology. I mean, it does include AI, right? They can help you, and slowly through bioregenesis to resurrect your light body, so you can start feeling more of who you truly are. Because here in this matrix, right, we were taught, parents or school, religion, science, the mainstream media, right, entertainment industry, and your military, we were taught who we are not. And those who really are exposing the truth, or which is really the true spiritual warriors, or who are the whistleblowers, or those, I mean, who are aware, we know what is happening to, we want to say the truth, we want to say what is what is happening, and so on. And so many of them ended up in prison, right? Or they're not among us, they were tortured, or you end up as a transgender, right, if you're exposing the truth, and so on. So discernment in the disclosure community, right? And the ascension, guys, is just kind of really learning more and more of who we truly are. So of course there's time to celebrate, but at the same time, you know, it's time to discern and time to do the inner work, the spiritual work, the shadow work, right? Because you know, we all go or through the dark night of the soul. It's part of the ascension process, initiation, right? Again, ascension stages, ascension glossary, you can find that, right? There's this initiation, absorption, and then integration. You have to embody these energies, right? Like, what is your mission, who you truly are, or what kind of ray you're working on. So I'm on that blue ray, or I'm the indigo warrior with contract 3, the Rishi agreement, right? And you know, my background, yoga and Ayurveda. I'm not going to be talking about you know, money structure here or economics, right? When I believe in free energy and free energy technology, and I also believe in living simply here in this world, is very important. So you know, I have my own lifestyle, and yeah, it's like I said, it's been very challenging, like for me to reconnect with my soul group, right? These videos are actually for them. I have a project for them, right? Whether those are Marines or, you know, guys in the military. And because of all this mind control, because of all the psychological operations, because of all these horrible distortions, right, in their aura energy field, and especially, right, we're correcting the morphogenetic chakras, right? For them, the galactivation, very important. You're activating your galactic self, right? Those are the spiritual warriors, and so on. So it comes with lots of challenges, lots of symptoms, and so on. But being in your AD chakra, that's the A chakra, that's your thymus and permanent seed atom of your crystal heart, very important. Even though in my case, I know what was done to me, it was shattered in a horrible place, in a very horrible way. It was damaged, very much damaged, okay? And of course, the ninth chakra, the ninth dimension, right? That's atomic doorway. It's a mouth of God, projector of light consciousness. So when, you know, you're in those dark project, or you're a super soldier, supermarine, this is where they give you an implant or some chip, right? So there's no entrance of the energies from cosmos into your light body. So that's why, you know, we can talk about the dark force manipulation methods. I know people don't like it, but you know, I love to talk about these kind of things, you know. That's why you know, controlling our thoughts, very important, right? Because of the mind control or the religious violence and this whole sex games or sex misery in a military, very important, right? So, and all these fear tactics, they are being propagated there, right? So first, these dark forces, right, how they manipulate and they distract the light workers. So there's this astral body infiltration, and you know, so-called the initiation, especially in mind control, right? The LSD, right? This is how your astral chakras or energy field opens up, and you are, to me, you're being invaded. So lots of light workers get stuck in the astral world, the phantom matrix, and all these delusions and fantasies, and those guys believe it's true, but it's not, right? Even like following the orders blindly, right? And now when they awaken, wow, this is not true, look what we are doing, we're supposed to do something else, we're supposed to be saving those children or helping those people, right? And suddenly we are destroying them. And if you, again, in military, right, if you start speaking your truth, you know, you can be in a trouble, especially if you know the material that is kind of disclosed, right? And so you have to me, just two options: to continue what you're being told to do, and if not, you have to pretty much you know, take your life. And you know, there are more and more cases like that, yeah. So we have to bring it into awareness here. And There also those guys to me, also with the training and so on, with all these videos and video games, right, and so on. There's so much manipulation, and also watching porn, it actually damages your brain. Okay, I think there's so much to me, there's so much bastardization of the divine feminine, right, and so that also needs to be addressed, because some of these guys, and I even saw them on I saw them on the street, you know, they're of that rose light lineages, they're homeless, they're on the street, and they're true spiritual warriors, the Christos essence, right? Again, when you read energies, right? And it's just how in the world this is possible. So, you know, it's there, and then the other guys, they were totally hexed, they're under black magic spell, you know, and that's what happened to me, you know. I mean, I've been so ostracized and constantly under some kind of spell, and you know they're doing SRA or voodoo, and you know mind control sorcery and all this stuff. So that's why, you know, I talk about it, and just holding the healing containers for those who are either choosing to rehabilitate or choosing to heal, you know, and building the helping me to build the ashram, right, Ashtar's ashram here for you know, for your healing, for transformation, okay, for restoration of your consciousness, very important. So this projecting holographic inserts of artificial machinery into a person's body, right, or into the levels of consciousness during dream state to manipulate the being is another level of mind control manipulation. So again, if you're not protecting your space, right, the God 7 feet boundaries and the 12D shielding, right, people get very easily, you know, especially also military, right, where they are with the whole the 5G radio frequency, they get hijacked through, you know, astral projections or through their dreams. Again, those dark forces, they are using negative form and what is it, the kind of the energy to confuse and to manipulate the being, right? And this is what is called miasma, or the negative form of karma, okay? And and that's actually, they feed off of your trauma. That's what it is, the trauma-based mind control. This how they keep you in that astral slavery, okay? And that's also, that's what is manipulated. And so to create a burden of karma that would make it extremely dense to the light worker, where the trauma of this pain weighs heavy on the light worker, this is what they target. And using painful memories from other lifetimes or current lifetime to create pain and to control the person, right, or those guys in the military. And they're using isolation techniques, victimizing, victimizer. They're also defame you, right, the character of the person, so they single you out. So there's intimidation, right, this whole trauma, all this abuse, violence, torture, rape, this is what they do. But how in the world can you be a strong spiritual warrior? I mean, how can you, you know, people talk about strong military, right? That's why we came here to detect those guys, those strong warriors who were highly abused, violated, and help them to restore their consciousness, help them with rehabilitation, their hologram, their DNA, you know, help them to heal, to deprogram, and so on. So, and then all these deception, betrayal scenarios, okay, the sex games, right, and you know, the jealousy, the envy, and you know, of course, the image, also how you look, you know. And I know I have very strong aura energy field, but I don't have the physical proportions, right? Like it's very demanding here on ladies or young girls, right? That you have to have you know, have very whether big breasts, or you know, somebody criticizes my body, you're out of my zone like a nanosecond, and I don't, what's the word for it, I don't come, you don't come back to me next, okay? So it's, for me, it's very easy. I have a huge big ego, plus, you know, I'm a Draco, you know, I'm a warrior. You don't tell me those kind of things. I came here to help you. I help those guys in the military to transition, to ascend, or at least partially, right? But all these sex games or the military games, we came here to study all that, guys, to study the darkness, to study how the black magicians operate with their highly advanced technology, the black hole technology, right? We came here to see where the power elite is, right? With their cloak technology, hiding in a moon or Mars, this Nibiruan military bases, right? So, and again, I didn't know that we're like the system busters, like sleeping cells, but we're working for the guardian what is it, the guardian Christos races, okay, for the galactics, for the Ashtar galactic domain. We're the ground crew, okay. So again, all kinds of seniors operations going on, guys. So possession. So again, you have any kinds of addiction and so on. So there's a possession of unstable personality in their bodies for the use of directing dark force to inflict harm. Unstable persons can be used as portals for dark force use. So if you come from extremely dysfunctional families and then you join military and so on, this is what they want. That's how you're then being targeted, and they turn your body into right into a portal of dark energies, right? And that's, you're fulfilling the agenda of those negative aliens. You're in the Babylonian Empire, and this is how we are being recruited to actually be the part of the nation of the serpent, right? So, and I know I have the energy, whether it's the Brotherhood of the Snake, I have the energy, I have the DNA, right? So we came here to these guys are terrorized. We came here to stop that cycle, right? And I know what happened to me. It was Israeli military intelligence. I know that very well. I know those guys. Those are fallen angelics, and they are part of my, whether it's my soul group or the DNA kind of ancestry. So this is I just have to transmute the darkness within. I have to hold the light, but at the same time, their time is up. Everything is going to divine justice. Everything is under the law of one, and we have a project for you. Okay, and this is not allowed. All these harassment and all these terror and horror in the military, how those guys are extremely abused and violated, this is not allowed. And with the psychotronic weapons, directed energy weapons, right, they're kind of killing you softly. But now, because people are reading energies, or you are seeing things for what they are, it can be seen, right? The invisible is actually start becoming visible, or more visceral, more palpable. Yeah, the cosmic ray frequencies are here, right? So that's why the darkness, people think, where in the world is the darkness? Where did it come from? Well, it's always kind of been here, right, in this matrix. But because of the ascension process, and because of a very powerful, strong energies from the galactic core, right, and that comes also from the great central sun, is we are being inundated with these energies. That's why we see things, right, and see more of the darkness, and trying to make connections. So studying the ancient history, very important, is studying yourself and start differentiating and really take time for yourself and embark on your spiritual journey is a must here in this ascension community or disclosure community, right? Because you are what you think. Your thoughts represent yourself, so you have to be also responsible what you're doing. And of course, with the justice and with judging and so on, we first have to really clear the ego, or do the cleansing, clearing, right, every day on a daily basis, in order to, right, and whether point fingers, again, I'm not judging anybody. We're not naming, especially the names. It doesn't matter, because I do things energetically. I work with the aliens, I work with the power elite, with the off-world civilization, with the Nibiruan military bases, right? And we're like the quantum we're the quantum team here with the Galactic Warriors, right? We see things also from that anti-particle world. So yeah, it's complex. It's very complex, very complicated. Being here in this earthly plane existence for us, it's very challenging, but somebody has to do it, because that way, these negative aliens, they cannot be hiding anymore, and they have to come to terms, and the repentance, or saying sorry, right, or apologize, and turning to light divine, and start correcting everything, is a must for those who, who are choosing the ascension, or who wants to expand their consciousness, if you want to heal, right? So we have a project for you, and you can find it on my website, yana-yoga.com. So characteristic of an unstable person is their rapidly changing moods, right? It was also in my family, the way I grew up, right? Especially my mom's sisters. I mean, it's just unbelievable how I was, very kind of selfish, changing the moods, and just kind of observing everything as a child, maybe when I was 7, but then the black magic comes in, and as a teenager, you're downloading the whole karma from your father's side and from your mother's side, and then boom, you're acting like them. You have all these triggers, all this karma within your light body aura, right, in your mind, emotions, and where in the world is coming from. This is not me, but this what we came here to transform, transmute, and end the cycle, right, of the tyranny, of the horror and terror, and of the constant wars, the proxy wars with proxy Israel, and all these intimidation, all these horrible recruitments in the military here in the United States, right, that we're resurrecting the Constitution of 1776, and I want these communities for those guys, so they can start finally expressing their truth, or kind of start healing themselves through self-expression. Very important, because how in the world, right, with the direct programming, you cannot say anything. How can you heal, right? You have all these blockages, you're in electrostatic body, with the black goo, right, with your chakras running reversals, or you have holes and tears in your light body, and your broken vertical channels, so can't you really connect to your higher self or to your soul, right? And then of course with all these implants and nanobots and so on, and kind of dirty energies, even tainted blood, or the blood covenant, right? You need to do energy hygiene. So, and the parasites, right, the suppressor parasite entity, we talk about the archonic engineered entities, right? Genetically engineered entities. So it's a lot, guys, lots of material to study. So because of their insecurity, they seek to rapidly control their environment to fit into their situation, belief system, often having chaotic relationship with people around them. So again, this is about those unstable people, right? And they're going from one emotional crisis to another one. So this relationship, that relationship, somebody marries and then they divorce, and they marry again, and they divorce again, and so on, because they didn't find time for themselves to know who they are. Right? And so that's why the cleansing, clearing is so important. Take time for yourself to heal, take time for yourself and face your shadow, take time for yourself, and kind of unravel the agenda of the negative ego, and just kind of eject or transform the the 3D ego mind. Very important also, has to do with the collective consciousness, and of course what is transpiring, right? And this political party or that political party, and now we're going to have this president, is going to be better, right? And so on. But how come things from those who disclose the truth, right, or the WikiLeaks, right, this needs to be addressed, like things from those journalists, right, speaking their truth, and all this evidence everywhere, what in the world the US military was doing in Iraq and in Afghanistan. So things like this has to be addressed, so we can raise a quantum leap, right, the quantum leap, and we have this new earth society based on integrity, truth, love, and peace, become the cosmic galactic citizens. Very important. Okay, so these people, they may have addictions, right, and all this separation anxiety, and they have issues even with their own image, and along with feelings of emptiness and sadness. That's why breathing, tapping, going to nature, jump into the ocean, embrace tree, even when you see an animal, right, you can just pet animal, or just touch the grass, or look at the green, or just hear the ocean, the sound of the ocean, or the birds singing, okay? And you start activating your DNA and love for yourself. So important, start loving yourself unconditionally, okay? And so they have dominating ego, right? So I know ego is like the self-defense. We'll talk about it right here. We'll talk about it next time. Ego, self-defense. And it's, I also, like, I come from a family with huge big ego, but if you know how you control it, you control your impulses, you control your triggers, you know yourself. Just observe, be compassionate with all that, be compassionate with yourself, right? You know, have solutions, work on the project. How do you want to help others? And your karma disappears like that, including your ego, right? And of course, implementing the law of one, guys, also part of that, the 13 principles, natural laws, is the law of cause and effect. What are you putting out there? What are you wishing others? Guess what? Now it's all coming back to you. And then the Pluto, right, Pluto in Aquarius over America, right? It's all coming online. And then of course we had Uranus coming direct, right? And the Uranus in Taurus. So it's all aligning. Everything's aligning. And of course we're also implementing the galactic calendar, solar calendar, talking about the lunar transfiguration, and of course all this sex game, right? That's from the lunar, the Bethlehem network. We need to go back to the solar light, the divine goddess, the energies of Holy Mother, Divine Mother, Mother Mary, Semper Fidelis, Spiritus Sanctus, right? Christos, Sophia, Maria Magdalena, Fatima. So today we have March the 5th, and here we're still in Aquarius, multiplication and virtues, and it's a sign of air. So again, if you're interested in the galactic calendar, guys, so just Google Ascension Glossary, Galactic Astrology Calendar, and we are still here, March, February, right? So this is where we are. Okay, so it's just tuning into these energies. Of course, people already talk about, let me see, oh, we're in Pisces, right? But how are we also galactically, right? So because, like I said, we're the galactic core, right? We're aligning, actually the Earth, the solar system is connecting or aligning with the galactic core, with perfect north, perfect south, in perfect symmetry, right? That's the baseball mathematic, because we've been here, blended reality, inversion based on mathematics, wobble 23.5 angle, right? The Earth, right, head. And now we just perfect north, right? Perfect south. We're aligning to the also next harmonic universe octave, but also the another universe like the Andromeda that is hosting the Ascension, right? So huge big wonderful things happening for celebration. And so that's why kind of having fun with this dissolution of the negativity of this huge big ego. It's recommended, right? And I'm helping you with all that. So don't be afraid of being named, or this stigma around, like you want to heal yourself, especially in the military, that you want to love, you don't want to playing all these games, you want to have a true relationship, you really want to have a family, maybe you want to raise children, right? And this whole kind of macho kind of archetype or type, that's you have to balance these things, right? The strong divine feminine now merging with the strong divine masculine, right? So through the Holy Mother energy, the Spiritus Sanctus, right? These guys, helping them with the deprogramming, helping them to free their mind, helping them with this whole mind control and this whole sex games, right? The perversion in sexuality or bastardization of the divine feminine and all these psychological operations. They were not told truth. And when they're trying to speak the truth, or they're recognizing, oh my goodness, what I'm doing is wrong, then they're being punished. They go to prison, they're on the street, or they have to, kill themselves. They have to commit a suicide, or unless they continue, carrying on the agenda of those negative aliens. So This is all coming to surface. I mean, again, this is my paradigm, guys. This is my hologram. This is what I am perceiving. These videos are not for everybody, but I want to speak about it because, again, that's what happened to me. Because to me, whether I'm speaking my truth, and also how the galactics, the Ashtar galactic command, I mean the Andromeda, they're helping me with also the nanobots, the new technology. I'm a hybrid kind of star human, okay, here, galactic human, okay, and how, you know, the technology is working for kind of working those who were extremely abused, violated through the AI hybrid nanotechnology, with lots of this and with the Nazi Neuralink, and lots of damage in the DNA and all these blockages and black goo, and they found themselves in electrostatic bodies, and they couldn't really speak their truth. Or how do they speak their truth, right? Where do you start? What do you do? So at least, you know, here may they know that there's a platform for them, you know, that they can start at least tapping and breathing freedom that comes from within, and realizing who they truly are. So, you know, if they cannot control, let me see, so they have dominating ego, these unstable individuals, right? And if they cannot control the situation, they go into temper tantrum, or they can get mad, right? And at this point, the person is extremely vulnerable to dark possession or mind control, and is run through AI, right? So that's why, guys, being angry and all this hatred and all this negativity, and, you know, the negative ego and so on, this is how it will get us more into the phantom matrix and into more trouble. So whatever is happening in the disclosure community, right, or Ascension, or, you know, this whole political arena or military arena, and how, you know, people are reporting things, or whether they're judging it or criticizing it or looking at it with loving kindness or compassion or having solution, right? This is all being amplified, and that's why it's going to be also, we're splitting the worlds, right? There's going to be split. Yeah, so what's the word for it? Separation of worlds. Separation of worlds, right? Those who are still continuing the agenda of those negative aliens who don't want to heal, right? Whether you are ET or alien, whether you're human, non-human, whether you're the power elite, or you're here human, right? Here in this physical world, right? And so on. And so it doesn't matter, the same thing, right? It doesn't matter whether you were part of the dark hat, or, you know, part of Hydra, the military covered operations, if you want healing. And of course, we're detecting the souls, right? I mean, I pretty much, you know, those who read energies, right? You know, you're the Christos Templars, you're of that rose line lineages. How come you are in that satanic kind of agenda? Or how come you're a Luciferian Templar, right? Or, you know, because, you know, these guys, like I said, their ancestors, or some of them, they just were children who were born in those families, and their ancestors, right, parents or grandparents, were children in death camp, concentration camp during World War II, and they saw their parents being killed, and then they were taken to those Niburian military bases, and were broken down, and were tortured, and were hybridized, right, and manipulated. So, and this whole forced breeding, and so there are lots of children born in those families. So, you know, we have to help these children as well. And of course, I am part of the hybridization program as well with Zeta, right? Zeta Reticuli. I have hybrid children, so it's very interesting kind of dynamics going on. And that's why the Ashtar, the Pleiadians, are helping, right? Because lots of Pleiadians, they've been in this war with the Alpha Draconis, right? DARPA, you know, Alpha Draconis for so long. So many, that's why so many of those Pleiadians got hybridized. So many of these Pleiadians got into the AI, rogue AI. So many of these Pleiadians, right? All this forced breeding, right? So it's just like, it's time to read the energies, right? The Pleiadian, whether you're Pleiadian, you're hybrid Anunnaki, you're of the Draco DNA, or, you know, you're more that angelic, right? Angelic human race, or you know, you're more of that reptilian soul, you're more of that human soul, and so on, guys. This is complex, this is so complicated. So it's really time to just kind of, for each of us, just have fun for ourselves, and instead of judging, be compassionate. Oh my goodness, right? Be compassionate and just bring some healing modalities, right, into this disclosure community, or into the exposure of the wrongdoings. For me, it's the military section and so on, because all this trauma, right, and all this dogma, and all these you know, trauma or cataclysm, even from Atlantis or Lemuria, I mean, it's been happening here for millions of years, hundreds and thousands of years. And now with this whole you know, we had this World War I or World War II, and the whole proxy wars with proxy Israel since 1940s or 1950s, right? You had the Vietnam or Korea, and Storm Desert, guys. This is all done through AI, and then they're bringing these energies of Holy Mother Goddess Isis into it, or the energies of the White Swan into it, right? And it is not funny, it is not nice. Let me see, guys. I print out this beautiful, I don't know if I have it for you, but maybe next time. These the energy of White Queen, and with the swan energies, the White Swan, that's actually royalty, and that's the energies of divine goddess, right? And how they're using in the military, they're using these terms, and it's just to kind of oh yeah, do I have it here? Oh yeah, guys. I also have actually energy, the Ruby Templar. We're resurrecting the King Arthur architecture. Very important, right? Do you see this beauty here? So we are resurrecting the royalty, the nobility, right, of the true Essene Royal Templars. Okay, very important, right? The you know, Solar Christ, Archangel Michael, King Arthur, the round tables, right, the Avalon, and so on, the Excalibur, and so on. So we are resurrecting these codes, and of course, voila, this is the mother, a swan. She's the White Queen. Look at these beautiful, beautiful images, guys. So we are resurrecting all these. Okay, you can find everything on Ascension Glossary. These beautiful, beautiful divine energies are coming online. We're being inundated, right? So you know, the grace, the law of grace is very important. Instead of judging, right, choosing grace, choosing compassion, compassion, choosing being grateful and thankful that, you know, we're still alive, and that we're here dealing, right, we're transmuting the darkness, and we're choosing light. So that's very important. So, and then many of these negative behaviors are spiritually abusive. This is called the archonic deception behaviors, guys. To me, what we're kind of experiencing in these kind of communities, the political arena, and so on, and all these wars, and how people are kind of against each other and protesting, and who is right and who is not right, and this party, that party, this president, that president, you know, and so on. We need to find unity in this diversity, right? And but if you want to study you know, why is it like that, how is it done, the archonic deception strategies or behavior, again, it's on Ascension Glossary, right, Lisa Renee. And so really studying the agenda of those negative aliens, right, the Exopolitics, the Ascension Glossary is there for you, or the Ascension Mechanics, the Ascension Stages, right? And again, I posted the pitfalls of the clone identities or false identities on Ko-Fi, so check it out, guys. And again, don't be scared of the darkness, because, you know, the truth is truth, right? The Holy Mother, Divine Mother energies are here. We're bathing in these energies. So the path of self-love and really taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves unconditionally is the key, is the most important thing. Okay, know that all is well. God is God, right? We're the children of the Most High, and we're also the co-creators with the divine under the law of one with free will. We're bringing the Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant here back online, the Cosmic Sovereign Law. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.